All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Avakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles of great no stone, and salute to the Akim that is pushing this truth in all sincerity, and even unto those that's learning, listening as well, and growing thereby as well. And it's the brother Monica come. Now, I'm going to respond to this video here only because I was moved by this video, because I did watch this video earlier before. And, as I got done, finished watching this video, I really was moved. I was moved into, doing further more research on this 5G thing. People have been saying that it's been causing radiations around the world, especially down here in London, England, where I'm located at. And it's very well true, But what the brother was saying on here is definitely key, because prior before 5G, we had 4G, and then we had the third G and the second G, which I can remember around 2007 and onwards, and then I believe from like 2010 or some shit like that. That's when they brought in the third G, and from the second G to the fourth G just wasn't enough power to bring in this this technology, such as what we always been preaching about, such as the mark of the beast, the microchip. Because as I did a little research on, I found out that 5G goes extremely well for data. As you can see the article here, it says 5G speed is data transmission in real time. And as we've been saying for years about the microchip is going to be able to hold all of your information and data about you. And something that the government wants to know about you. They want to know everything about you and be able to track your every move in real time. And the 5G tech is able to do just that. 4G is too low. 3G is not that good, and prior. So 5G is the only, pretty much the way for them to actually pull this thing off, which they will do through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, simply to fulfill prophecy and bringing in the mark of the beast system. So I'm going to read a few things out of this article, and then I want to move forward. I just want to get a couple of key points, and I'll put these articles in the description box so you brothers can check it out. So it says, people around the world are accessing the internet with mobile devices. The number of connected devices is soaring. Soon, machines will be communicating with each other in the Internet of Things to progress the development of the digital society and make the Internet of Things working. We need a powerful wireless network that can transfer large volumes of data fast. And 5G, like I said, is going to be able to pull that off. Now, with 5G, you can make let's just say you've made a 3-hour video. You can literally you can upload that video on YouTube, or let's just say you want to download that video. It'll probably take you in a matter of minutes. But with 4G now, if you were to download a 3-hour video or upload a 3-hour video, it would take you hours to upload. All right, depending on the size of the video, especially if it's a 1080 video, or if it's a 4K video, that's going to take hours to upload to your YouTube account, or even download. All right, if you want to download that video personally, it's going to take you hours. But with 5G, you can download an hour-long plus video or 4K video in a matter of minutes. And that's how powerful this 5G thing is. Okay, and it's so powerful, as we can see, it's having an effect, on the planet and just life in general. People are dying because of it. And, Esau, the powers that be, by using the media, is blaming it on this coronavirus thing, which is what they made up. But meanwhile, this is what's killing people, and this is what's doing away with life on the planet. This radiation. Anyway, let me read on. It says, how fast is 5G? 5G will substantially improve the mobile internet LTE is currently the fastest mobile technology available, supporting peak data rates up to 300 megabytes per second. Even after the introduction of 5G LTE will still be available for consumers. It says speed is the benchmark for wireless network performance, also known as bandwidth data transfer rate, data rate, or connection speed. It refers to the amount of digital data exchanged between two devices via a specific channel in a given period. So it says network speed is generally measured in bits per second. Bits stand for binary digits, with the larger volume of the data supported by 5G speeds. Data transfer rates are expressing in kilobits or kilobytes, in megabytes, and in future even gigabytes or terabytes. All right, so I really didn't have to read all the way down, but the point was already from this and all the way down here. This was pretty much the point. 5G, it works very well for large amount of data, and that's what's going to pull it off, such as the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, according to the book of Revelations 13 and 15, as we always bring out. So as everybody's inside their house, this is exactly what the construction team is doing. They're constructing 5G tower blocks around where you live at. So let's move on. And this is why the scripture says in Ecclesiastes 5 verse 15, it says, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small," because we know exactly where this 5G and this coronavirus scares is leading up towards, and it's all leading up towards prophecy, such as the mark of the beast. And ultimately, all of this is going to lead up to the second coming of who we call Yahweh Shai. But first things first is that the mark of the beast is going to be the thing that they're going to install and bring in society. And before they even do such a thing, they have to bring in this 5G thing. They got to get this thing up and running before they can even get the chip. All right. So let's read this. It says this is from RT.com. And like I was saying, as I was doing my little research on this 5G thing, I found more articles even from the RT News. I also want to show you, brothers, exactly what George Soros was even saying as well. And this is what he was basically saying. It says, "Why don't we get rid of families and cash?" Soros funded progressive globalists using COVID-19 to push own technocratic solutions. Technocratic, and the word techno means skill, and cratic means to rule. So basically, the world that we're living in is turning into a technology rule-based system where technology rules, and that's what Esau wants to turn this world into. And if Esau goes far enough, there'll be robots taking over jobs, all manner of labor or work. Robots are going to take over, as they call AI, artificial intelligence. So we're moving into literally a technocratic society where technology rules. Okay, that's where Esau wants to take it, but Esau's only going to go so far. And once Esau initiates that chip, it's over. It's finished. This kingdom is going to burn to a rubble. So let me read this. Are full of solutions to the coronavirus crises, the same panacea they've been pushing for years. What problem wouldn't be solved by abolishing the family, privacy, and other things we take for granted? Under the time-honored rubric of never let a good crisis go to waste, exactly. The unusual suspects have come out of the woodworks to tour their favorite solutions as answered to the coronavirus pandemic and the attendant economic crisis. And like I just read, never let a good crisis go to waste. And this is why I furthermore so believe as the days go on, they're not going to bring things back to normal. Society is going to be exactly where it's at, and it's going to stay this way. This is going to be the new normal, where you're isolated and you're in your house while they're setting up these 5G tower blocks around where you live at. So this is going to be the new normal thing. What we're experiencing right now is going to be the new normality. So let's read on. It says, the usual suspects have come out of the woodworks to tour their favorite solution as answer to the coronavirus pandemic and the attendant economic crises, of course. They've been pushing these initiatives for years, and there's a reason or three that they haven't been terribly popular, and they require completely appending current social models, and few have the stomach for such fundamental charges. Let's get down to the article now. It says, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Surely there's something of value in these revolutionary projects. Let's have a look, shall we? Abolish cash. Abolish cash. That's what I meant to say. Slakia. On that surface, doing away with physical currency in the middle of an epidemic would seem to make sense. Common wisdom holds that banknotes are dirty, and it's logical to think that they might spread diseases. Reports that China was quarantining shipment of cash, coupled with a World Health Organization advisory to use contactless payments wherever possible in order to avoid spreading coronavirus, have gone a long way towards manufacturing consent for the concept of dropping cash altogether. And that's exactly what they want to do, because in order for them to really push this microchip technology, they have to do away with cash. And like I just said, or like I've just read, never let a good crisis go to waste, because through this crisis, this could be the they could use this crises that we're involved in as a way to bring in their new world order agenda. This could very well be the crises that they're going to use to merge in whatever it is that they've been planning all along. And the main thing that they've been planning to bring about is this chip. And I keep saying this chip because that's really what Esau wants to bring about. And we want that to happen as well. Because this is all about prophecy being fulfilled. And once that comes into place, the chip, then we don't got to look too long until the missiles stop flying. And our salvation is at hand as well. All right, so that's pretty much all I have to read, really. And I'm going to move to 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage for us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Let me look up that word ignorant real quick in the Greek.
Strong's G50, agnaeo. Agnaeo.
Yeah, agnaeo, which means to be ignorant, not to know, not to understand, unknown, to err or sin through mistake, to be wrong. So we're very well aware of and understand what Esau is doing, and also really the Lord is doing on the left hand side. In terms of this technology is concerned, it's 5G technology. So yeah, that's like I said, that's all I'm going to read from here. So I'm going to move to another article here concerning Boris Johnson. As they're saying that he's in intensive care, suffering from the COVID-19. So this is all to push in the new world order. And not only is Boris Johnson have been affected under this COVID-19 thing, but also the so-called prince of this country here of England, Prince Charles. They saying that he's actually caught the coronavirus as well. So, but they're saying the prime minister is now in intensive care, which, I mean, I don't know what to believe on that. I don't know if that's true, because they could very well be saying that just to make it look more intense, as they're already projecting. it to be. So I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to read what this is saying. It says, Boris Johnson has been moved into intensive care. A spokesperson for number 10 Downing Street said Monday, a day after the PM was hospitalized for tests. Johnson was diagnosed with the coronavirus over a week ago. Over the course of this afternoon, the condition of the Prime Minister has worsened, and on the advice of his medical team, he has been moved into the intensive care unit at the hospital, the spokesman said. So, like I'm going to say, my viewpoint on this, I'm not really too sure if that's the case, if that's true, because they could just be saying that just to make this coronavirus look more intense as it already looks, as they're already making it look, or to project. All right, so that's all I have to read on that. And like I said, I'll put these articles in the description box if you want to further read into more of these articles that I've brought about. So let's get 1 John 2, verse 20. But you have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things. Exactly. So we know everything. And basically, one of the things that we know that stick out the most is prophecy. All right. And because we know prophecy, we obviously know the plans that Esau, the powers that be, and all of these other nations have. Because everything that they plan on doing and what they want to do, it all goes all the way back to what I said before, prophecy. And prophecy will be fulfilled. And actually, as I speak, there is a prophecy that's being fulfilled right now. Because I also want to show you, brothers, this article too. This is individual by the name of Lee Ryan. He said he won't apologize as he claimed that 5G is linked to coronavirus. And as you read this article here, I'll just jump all the way down and read it. This is what he's saying. He says, the blues singer shared an image on Instagram of a hand being injected by a hand wearing a latex glove and an x-ray of a hand with a microchip inside. The 36-year-old added the caption, "This is the mark of the beast, 666. This will be the next step of government worldwide." And he's right about that. So there's a prophecy that sticks in my mind because you have people all around coming from the sports world, the music world, and just regular people that are waking up to the plans of the powers that be. And I'm not saying everybody's doing it, but I'm just saying you have a good amount of people that are waking up to the plans of their government. So the prophecy that sticks in my mind on that is in the book of Job, the 20th chapter. Yeah, the book of Job 20, verse Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that's where we are right now. It says that in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, meaning when he's about to get his one world order in, it's going to be very difficult. And this is pretty much it right here, where you have people such as this guy here. He's a musician, belongs to some sort of band. All right. And, this is what he's pretty much bringing about. He's saying that the next step is the mark of the beast, which is the microchip. And he's absolutely right on that. Okay. So, yeah, that's all I have to really bring to you, brothers, man. And hopefully, Lord willing, you're edified on this video. I did what I could do to the best of my ability. And that's all I could do, as we all can, So with that, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashmi Awashai Ba'ashim Avrakak Wadash. And I'm out. Shalom.